Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And in this opportunity, I will be reviewing a textbook called Analogy in Grammar. When I heard about analogy in grammar, I thought it's going to be discussing about English grammar rules, but it's actually quite the opposite. It focuses more on analogy in language in general, so it has nothing to do with grammar rules. So let us get started. I'm going to talk about what this book contains. Uh, okay, this book is a compilation of 9 research papers that is collected and edited by James B. Blevins as the author of the book. And the main argument in this book is about analogy, which is analogy is when people learn and use language, they constantly notice pattern and apply them to new cases. That is analogy. So when you find a pattern and you now recognize the structure in a language based on that pattern, and you know what analogy is because that is analogy in practice. Like for example, when a child or you uh, hearing the word dog as a single form and dogs as the plural form, then you hear the word cat as a single form and cats as a plural form, then you would assume that a word from a made up language, let's say the word is uh, duke, then we would assume that the plural form of the word is dukes, right? Yeah, that is analogy. And this book is mainly discussing about how analogy is far more important than how postmodern linguists say it is. So that is how it. But this is a really good book. It has a. I'm sorry. Let's just talk about. That's what the book contains, and now I will say some like advantages. Like strengths and the weaknesses of the book. Right. Let's get for. I think we need to discuss about its weaknesses first. Uh, Number one weakness that I want to say is the compatibility for people who wants to read it is really difficult. Like for me, in instance, I have to double check the meaning because this book doesn't provide any introductory to many of its explanation. Like this book covers many like broad of explanation, including morphology and like linguists and psychologists. It's all explained in this book. And it is explained in the book when they are not really introduced at the book, so will be quite demanding for people uh, who doesn't have the basic in those categories. Especially me, I have a hard time when I was trying to figure out what this book is about. And the second one is syntax is mostly absent because this book is entirely about morphology and phonology, so the syntax part is absent in this book. And because this book is like compilation of many papers, there are no conclusion that can be made when the book ends. It's just uh, it gives us some answer to the questions, and it gives us many information, but there are no general conclusion to the book, which is not usual for a textbook. And let's get to the strengths. First one, it has, I think, how do I say it? It has broad of like explanation, I guess. It brings, like what I said before, it brings linguists, it brings psychologists, and it brings like a typology, morphology, and phonology. It brings so many aspects and it goes coherently well. which is bringing many different perspective which complement each other very well. And the second one, it is backed by real evidence because it is a compilation of uh, work by previous people. So it is backed by real evidence. Like most chapters include experiments, data simulation, not just empirical background or like theoretical arguments. And the third one, it has excellent introduction. The editor's opening, which is written by James P. Blevins, gives a thorough and readable overview of analogy history and its role in linguistics, which making it a good entry point even for non-specialists. Even though the book contents is pretty difficult to absorb for people who doesn't have the basic like me. I guess that's all I want to share, and I hope it is easy to understand. If you do not understand something, feel free to leave it in a comment and I will answer it as best as I can. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.